What's up, guys? Alex Chasen back here with a brand new video. Hopefully, I'm good afternoon tonight. Alex Ernest World, and I'm at my grandparents' house. Yes, and I say it every time, but I made my first video ever right on this couch, right down there. And for this video, we're gonna be just doing. Well, I got requested to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo, so I thought let's just turn it into this. I know I'm a few days late on the Jimmy Garoppolo thing, but I just wanted time to process it, and I had a lot of work to do, and I did not really have time. But now I'm gonna make a video. It's gonna be a Patriots mid-season recap because they have a bye this week. They're not playing this weekend. So I thought, let's just talk about how they've been doing for the first half of the season and what they can improve on. And yeah, let's get it started. Alright, so the Patriots at midseason are 6-2. There's really a lot to talk. There actually is a lot to talk about, and it also isn't hard to explain. Well, our defense started off absolutely terrible. We're 32nd in the league. That is in last place. We've come up a little bit. I think we're like maybe in the middle of a pack, maybe a little low. I'm not exactly sure, but if I had to guess, we're probably in the middle of a pack now. We've gotten a lot better. Marsh has done good. He blocked the kick against the Falcons. This past game, we did okay, not great, but we did excellent against the Falcons. And if we can beat the Falcons, who have one of the best running backs in the league with Devontae Freeman, one of the best quarterbacks, Matt Ryan, and also one of the best defenses, I think we can really beat anybody. So I think that was a big game for us to show what our defense can do and really give us some motivation for the rest of the season. On the offensive end of things, we're really getting injury plagued. I mean, on both sides of the ball, Dante Hightower's out for the season with like a torn pectoral or something. I think a torn pectoral, like the muscle right here. You know, I think that goes like, yeah, I can't do that, but like the really muscular guys that can go like with their pecs right here. Yeah, but I think he like tore that. It doesn't sound good. Hogan, my guy, he's out for a few weeks. He got his shoulder or something. It looked worse than it was, but he's probably the toughest player on the field. He gets nailed. He almost dies every hit because he's small. I mean, he's not small, but it's like thin. He gets nailed, but he's probably one of the toughest guys I've ever seen play football. Tough guy, but it was bound to happen for him to get hurt. But he'll be back in a few weeks. He could be back after the bye, but I don't think so. I want him to give him rest because I want him to be fully healthy. As we know, Edelman's out for the season with a torn ACL, something like that. Thank God Gronk's hurt. Oh my God. Thank you. Because if Gronk was hurt, and then Hogan's out, Edelman's out, we're done. So Gronk looks good. He's not really at his full potential because, you know, he's probably never going to be at his full potential, but he's doing his thing, catching it. He looks a little slower out there, but he's doing his thing. Like I said, he broken back, all this other stuff, but he looks good for what he has left on his body for bones. He's gotten everything replaced. Half his body's metal by now. Anyways, who else? Our running backs, White and Lewis, are looking good. Gillislee looks pretty good too. He started off the season really hot, so it sort of cooled down a little bit. But White and Lewis have looked great throughout the whole season. White a little more. Lewis has only been playing for the past few weeks consistently. White looks good, like I said. Devlin doesn't really do much, but he's more of a blocker there. He's a fullback, but he's more of a blocker. Bolden, who's also a running back, he actually just does special teams pretty much. He doesn't really do running back much anymore. He used to when Ridley was on the team, and those guys switch back and forth. But now that he's not on the team, he pretty much just does special teams. Same with Matthew Slater, who's actually, I saw on CSN this morning, well, NBC now, Boston, sorry, they changed their name. He was going out for some passes, Matthew Slater, because if you do not know, his real position is a wide receiver. He's actually listed as a wide receiver, but he 99.99% of the time he's just special teams because that's what he's really good at, is getting down there tackling the guys. He also is a free safety sometimes, but he is usually special teams. That's what his skill is at. But he's actually listed on the roster as a wide receiver. So today I saw Brian Hoyer, who recently just signed yesterday, because the 49ers released him. And Brian Hoyer, yes, was our backup quarterback a few years ago with Ryan Mallett, and also the GOAT, Tom Brady, was our starter, obviously. And sorry I'm talking fast, but I have a lot to say, and I don't want this video to be too long. And yeah, so what was I saying? So Brian Hoyer, oh yeah, Matthew Slater, his real position is a wide receiver, so he might be going out for some wide receiver duties after the break, you know, bye week, if Hogan's not back, because that means we'll just have Amendola, the guy we got from trading Jacoby Brissett, who's actually looking really good. Jacoby, I forget his name. I forget the guy who we got. Dorsett. I remember it was like Brissett. Dorsett. So we have Dorsett, Amendola, Malcolm Mitchell's on IR, so he's not going to be playing. Yeah, we pretty much just have Amendola, Dorsett, so we're basically again in need Slater if Hogan is not back. And we should have kept. Oh, also another running back, Rex Burkhead's looking. He looks phenomenal. Whenever you give him the ball, he's getting 10 yards. He's flying. He's getting 10 yards on average. The dude looks amazing. I love Rex Burkhead. He's probably the most underrated player on the team because he doesn't play a lot, but when he does play, he gets like 10 yards per carry, and he looks really good. I'm surprised he doesn't play more. He's also good out of the backfield. Same with White and Lewis. They can catch the ball, run, get some yardage. So those guys are looking good. And this is the Patriots recap. Now about Jimmy Garoppolo. I think it was a terrible trade, but in the logic of we just got a second-round pick. But if you really think about it, if the Patriots thought that if they definitely knew Brian Hoyer was going to get released, then it's kind of a better trade. But if they didn't know he was going to get released, it was probably a terrible trade because then we have nobody. I'd rather have Kaepernick, but people think because he's kneeling and stuff that he thinks he's not a bad player. He's a really good. If you're gonna have a backup, I'd have Colin Kaepernick as a backup quarterback because he was a starter. He's really good. He made it to the Super Bowl. He's not bad. He just has some different beliefs as other people. I'm not going to get into it, but I really don't care when it comes down to it. It's football. It's a sport. I don't really care. As long as you play good, I want you on my team. I don't care about any of that other stuff with any sport. Basketball, play good, I want you on my team. I don't care whatever you do. If you're a good teammate, good person, you play hard, you play good, you put all your effort in, I want you on my team. That's how I work. If I was a GM of a team like Kaepernick, if he works hard, plays good, I don't care what you do. Kneel, stand, I could give absolutely two craps. As long as you play hard, play your heart out, play good, respectful, that's all I care. I want you on my team. So that's where my opinion is on that. I'm not going to get too much into it because it causes a lot of controversy, and I understand both sides of it, but I'm not going to get into it. But if I had to sign a backup, I'd go with Colin Kaepernick. Now, in the long term, I would have Kaepernick, but right now, I don't know. I really think Kaepernick's better than Hoyer. Hoyer is solid, but I don't know. Now, for the 49ers standpoint of this, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be a great addition to the team. I would rather the 49ers get some wide receivers, maybe defensive assets. But if you're gonna get a quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo is the guy. He's probably the best out there on the trade block. I'd have Jimmy G. RG3 is he's not that good, but like I said, I'd rather have Jimmy Garoppolo. He's like 24. He's just entering his prime. He learned from the best quarterback ever, so he's gonna carry some of those things to his game. He could be a really tough opponent, and they could go 8-8 on the season. They could win their next 8 games, but I completely doubt it. I say Jimmy will get them 2 wins, and they'll be 2-14. But anyways, this is the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And like always, peace.